Alright, gotta head back to didn't notice that guy parked right in front of me. That's fine. Palamedes. I'm still trying to remember what that dungeon was like. I want to say I didn't like it, but I mean, anything is better than gosh, why am I running over there? Kill the freaking zesty. Sorry for that break. I'll probably be taking another one in 30, 40, depends. What was I saying? Right, zesty. So I was like, even if I do dislike Palamedes, we'll see when I get there. Nothing compared to some of the Tales of Berseria dungeons. Hey, she did it on her own too. Awesome. Yeah, I think I've pulled off good grip maybe once or twice on my own. Which way should I go? I think this is where it loops. I'll go up. But yeah, some of the Berseria dungeons. There's a water-based one. I think it's the water-based one, where there's an eye everywhere, and every time it sees you, it teleports you all the way back to the entrance. And like that dungeon actually pisses me off because of like making a little mistake, and it's like you have to do everything all over again. I was very unhappy with it. Thankfully, there's something like that here.
You better be ready.
Might just be something to do with the Yeah, I think I'm still right about the doors that need to be activated with a specific thing. And if you activate the correct one, like you want to activate the incorrect one on purpose first, so you can go to the different locations, something like that. Yeah, I just took a break because my sister wanted to figure out the whole food situation. So we're like, okay, food figured out. So I'll be getting food in a bit, and then I'll be eating, and I'll put up a note on the page to say that I'm eating. So yeah, and then when I finish eating, we'll be back for maybe another hour or so after that. At the minimum, I want to complete Palamedes. That's as far as I want to get this stream. But how we go beyond that depends on what happens next. Which I think I know what happens after Palamedes. Well, I definitely know what happens immediately after the dungeon, but I'm not sure what happens after we leave the area. Like, get back on the boat.
Of course. I make sure to feed it every night before I go to sleep, since it's nocturnal.
How long are you going to keep on calling it a rhino stag roast?
I don't know. It's a new kind of beetle, so it's gonna be hard to tell if it's really a rhino or a stag. You're asking a lot of questions. Bienfu, do you like bugs?
Duh! I love rhinoceros and stag beetles both! What guy doesn't find them fascinating?
Right? So which kind of beetle do you think it is? Rhino or stag?
That's a tough question. But guess what? Miss Mogulu taught me a surefire way to tell.
I didn't know there was a way to tell.
Yeah, but if I do it, you gotta name it after me, alright? Come on! What guy doesn't wish he had a cool bug named after himself, right? And besides, Miss Mogulu told me that this technique is so good that it's only fair to have a bug named after you in return. So what do you say, man to man? Come on, let's live the dream!
Oh, all right. How can I say no to that? Besides, we all did work together to capture it anyway.
Yay! Thanks, Laffy-Set. Alright, show me the bug, and I'll tell you what it is. Miss Mogulu says you need to open up its outer wings and get a good whiff of the thin underwings.
I'm pretty sure I remember rhinoceros and stag beetles smelling really nasty under their wings.
Is it really that bad?
Why not find out for yourself?
No thanks. I think I'll pass.
Maybe you shouldn't do this after all, Bienfu.
You probably just want to hog the name all to yourself. Well, too bad. A real man never goes back on his word. If it packs a mean punch, then it's a rhinoceros beetle. And if it smells really zesty, then it's a stag beetle.
I don't know about this.
Just let him do it, Laphicet. He's already volunteered.
I can do this. Just you watch. This smell is the most bad thing that ever batted it.
Whoa! He fainted with his eyes still open. Hey, wake up! Wake up, Bienfu!
Miss Magilu, as soon as I smelled it, my nose literally exploded.
He looks like he's having a bad dream.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Like, gosh. Oh, what a trick.
Take a look at...
Yeah, I mean, beetles are cool. Most of the Kamen Riders are based off of beetles. They look awesome. I think a beetle is the most used motif for riders. Next to like a grasshopper, I think, which is what the first two were based off of. So it's just cool from that perspective.
I spy with my little eyes a kiddo who spies.
I remember having this question too. She doesn't use the books to cast spells, so why does she have them?
Sorry. I just couldn't help it. What are those books anyway?
Oh, that's a great question. Since you asked, I'll reveal the secrets of my tomes just for you. On the right, I've got my household ledger in the back, and my magic encyclopedia in the front. That one I mostly use for oil blotting paper.
What's oil blotting paper?
It's a girl thing. The two on the left are my heavy book, which I use for flower pressings, and then my super pop-up book.
A super pop-up book?
When you open it, it pops out with the force of a raging river! When an enemy has me cornered, I can just open it up facing a nearby wall and pop! Instant getaway! The only downside is that it's a real pain to try to get closed again, so I haven't used it in years.
What about the book right in front?
That's actually layer cake.
Whoa, really?
Seared into its batter are precious bits of knowledge. Eating it is just as good for your brain as it is for your stomach.
Wow! I had no idea that was possible.
He's taking this so seriously, I almost feel bad.
All of your books are so interesting, Magilu. That's really cool.
There's no end to your curiosity, is there? What do you say? Want to take a closer look?
Boy, would I.
If you really do, then say, Magilu, I want to get to know you better.
Magilu, I want to get to know you better.
All right, I accept. I'll reveal to you my most private secrets.
Wow, so that's what's on the other side of these books. I wouldn't have ever guessed that.
What the? What are you doing with Laphicet? He said he wanted to see, so I'm showing him. You have no right to stand in the way of his desires.
It's my job to protect him as his vessel, especially from someone so wicked as yourself. Also, what you're doing runs contrary to public decency.
Witches aren't supposed to be decent.
These bindings with the locks on them. This style used to be really popular during the Meliodas dynasty.
Now that I know you're such a bad influence for him, I'll be keeping a closer eye on you.
If you can't learn to take it easy, nobody's ever gonna want to marry you, you know.
Like you're a shining example of marriage material yourself.
Hey, Magilu, could you turn them over one more time? I want to see how the book's attached to your belt.
Yeah, sure.
Gosh. She's having a... It's like she loves fooling people, so she's trying to trick Laphicet, but Laphicet's too innocent, and so it doesn't really land the way that she wants it to land. Eleanor, you getting offended is only giving her exactly what she wanted in the first place. Let's be honest here. I like how she says, like, you're wicked and I should protect them from you now. It's like, wait, now? Now you think that you should keep Laphicet away from Magilu? Now? Where have you been? Witches aren't supposed to be decent. She's not wrong. She was put in jail for a reason, so... Which is exactly what Termilenium just said. I don't actually know, though, if they ever go into the reason she was put in there. I don't know if it has something to do with Melchior. I imagine it might, but, I don't know. She says it was for practicing unlicensed witchcraft, but that's probably bullshit. I say probably bullshit, but I don't really know.
Stop fooling around.
But I'm serious about my fooling around.
Yeah, so I apologize for that big break of talking about Feud, and then the upcoming break I'll have to take. I mean, I could try to play while I'm eating, but I don't really have any room around here. I use a little stand to put my food on usually when we get food, and I'm using it right now for my mic, so if I'm going to put my food on there, I probably won't be able to use my mic. Unless I just play and don't commentate while I'm eating. Which, I mean, some people will be like, well, that's better.
Hey, Moggy-Loo. I was wondering about that book you have on your waist. The one you called your heavy book for flower pressings.
Your curiosity truly knows no bounds, does it, kiddo? Okay, nobody else knows this, but since you're so interested, I'd hate to leave you hanging. My heavy book, the one I use for flower pressings, is none other than a collection of Bienfu's poetry.
Bienfu likes to write poems?
Yep, you'd never guess it, but he's actually just about the best Moloch poet around. Some people even call him the Great Norman Poet. Here, I'll read you my favorite one. If there is something unimportant happening to the east, I'm made to go there and back. If there is something unimportant happening to the west, I'm made to go there and back. I can never rest nor be at peace. Every day my life is a living hell.
That's heavy stuff.
Isn't it? That's what makes it so good for pressing flowers. It's so wonderfully oppressively heavy.
Moggy-Loo, your face has gone all sinister looking.
Don't get
She's
careless.
evil. I think she's the true villain of this game.
You won't get any pity or compassion from me.
It's probably been taking a while to get off this reef because I'm fighting like every single enemy I pass by. But you know, if I do it that way, I can't complain about being underleveled later. Anyway, I just skip. I mean, who does that? Could you imagine if someone like did a let's play and then they just skipped every single enemy encounter on the map? Fought only the bosses, and then when the bosses kick their butt, they're like, why is this so hard? Can you imagine someone actually doing that? Ooh, what was that lightning thing? Was that us or was that the enemy? Hey, there she goes again.
Well, that about does it.
So I guess if I remember correctly, the reason I had a hard time casting Velvet's level 3 was simply because it also requires a certain combo count, like Rokuro's, and oops. Oh, this other side is where the teleporter is. Well, that's handy. And because of the way that the game. Because like everyone else can attack the same enemy, so it's like, how do you know if the combo you're landing is actually 12 hits, or whatever it is that you need? Because you have your buddies also landing hits on the enemy. So that's probably it. Like I would run into the assumption like, oh, I definitely landed 12 hits of Velvet, and then try to use it, and it would just wind up being like her level 1 or her level 2. Not much to be done about that. Just gotta keep a better count on the moves that I use. I think everybody's pretty comfortable with using their second arts. I don't know about Laphicet though. But I mean, he hasn't gotten his yet, so. Yeah. Does Aizen have this? I actually don't think Aizen has this either. Rokuro, Eleanor, Velvet, and Magilu have theirs. Yeah, I think Laphicet and Aizen are still missing their seconds.
Don't get overcome.
All these birds in the corner. They're all in the wrong place. Jeez.
Come on, really?
I think we should be almost there. I mean, the icon has to change to, like, I think the dungeon icon? Not the field icon. Jeez, that thing was, like, right on me. Got a cats. Hello, Birdman.
Don't get careless.
Because I'll probably end up cutting this stream into 3 parts also. Everything leading up to that break I took to talk about food. Everything between that and then me eating food, and then everything after I ate food. That's probably how I'll divide it. So part 1 will probably be 2 hours, 2 will be much shorter, and then 3 will also probably be not too long, maybe like another hour or so. I haven't been looking at OBS as much as I usually do, so hopefully there weren't any serious frame drop issues like there were yesterday.
Is effective up close.
And training can help it get even closer.
Well, it's much easier to stream from my PS4 and my Switch than it is from, well, the PS4 and my Switch, because the PS4 is not mine, but the Switch is. Than it is to stream from my laptop. Every time I've ever tried to stream from my laptop, it's not looked good. At least in recent times. I think recording might look a little better, but still not by much. I think actually recording is fine. This live streaming is impossible. I tried to do God Eater Battle for the Grid, and it's just like, it just looks bad. Like, it's really sloppy looking. Also stutters a lot, so it's like, yeah, never mind. If I want to stream anything off of Steam, I'll have to do it when I get my desktop.
Well, that about does it.
Oh, right up here. Honestly, I thought that conversation that Magilu had with Laphicet about her books, I could have sworn that one was much later in the game. I don't know what determines how you get them. Maybe it was always here and I just forgot. Because I really thought it was like, I remember being in Logris.
Picking up on anything?
Yeah,
in the direction of the temple. The feeling's getting stronger now.
Like during a revisit to Logos, I think that's when I got it in my first run, but maybe I'm just wrong. Yeah, I'm just thinking something else.
Time to dish out danger.
Who else is here? I'm trying to think what I'll do. What will I do? Oh, I have my phone. Should have plugged my phone in. It doesn't have much battery.
This fight is over.
At least the controller's doing fine by being plugged in. That's nice. Yeah, just check my phone real quickly, put it to charge. It's at 38%. It should be fine, but like at the same time, it's like the moment you start doing something with it, like watching something on YouTube or whatever, the battery decides to just kill itself. That's my issue with this. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, the only reason I had the PS4 controller plugged in is because I forgot to charge yesterday. Does anyone know if when you turn off the PS4 controller turns off too? Does it charge if you plug it in? Like, I mean, if you plug it in the PS4 and the PS4 is off, it's not going to charge. But if like you plug it into like an active laptop, will it charge? I feel like it doesn't. Unless it's actually on and responsive, the controller itself. So when I finish the stream, I'll probably just put the... Actually, I won't need to charge it because I'm charging it right now. But it's just something... I always have poor timing with charging stuff, especially my Bluetooth headphones, my earbuds. Every single time I want to use them, they're like either about to die or they're dying, and I just have no idea. I'm like, you've been in the box for days. Why aren't you charged? Can't tell how to charge them.
A demon!
The demon we heard about? Sounds like it's having fun.
Then we'll use this distraction.
Also, I think it's interesting, once again, going back to the whole tail protagonist killing things. Yeah, Velvet has no issues with killing, but, like, going into the game, playing it, I'm like, she spares a lot more people than I thought she would.
Wow, look outside! It's the ocean!
This was a place of worship for Amenoch, the Water Empyrean. The ancients built this sanctuary underwater for the same reason that Eumasia's temples were built underground.
But building this underwater couldn't have been easy.
Aye. With the Earth temples, all they had to do was keep digging. Here, they had water to contend with.
How did they do it? You can't split the sea like you can a log.
They started by stacking giant stone blocks in the shallows, creating an enclosed space. Then they drained the water and expanded the enclosure. Once they had done that enough times and secured enough dry space, they were able to dig into the sea floor.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
The humans believed that by going through such great hardships to build these temples, they could show the depth of their devotion.
Additionally, current research suggests the site of this temple once sat on the seacoast.
What? Are you saying I'm wrong?
No, I'm only reporting what I've read in academic journals.
How would coastal ruins sink into the ocean?
When the Empyreans began their slumber, the land shifted, and this temple was swallowed by the sea. Scholars were able to prove that the sand and the heavy stones formed an airtight seal around the structure. Later, people carved an undersea tunnel to connect to the temple, bringing it to its current state.
Now that you mention it, I think I read that book too. Revised Theories on Ancient Architecture, right?
That's the one. Have you read it, Aizen?
No, I only read the first edition.
The problem with the stone enclosure theory is that each time you expand the enclosure, the innermost stones have to be carried out. Once that was pointed out as being too inefficient, alternate theories were developed. The revised edition has a number of competing theories. I highly recommend reading it.
I will then.
So, wait, was that a complete rebuttal of Aizen's explanation?
That was not my intention.
It's okay. Archaeology is a continuous process of asking new questions and making new discoveries. Prevailing theories change all the time.
What's it matter anyway? Let's just get going. There's no Empyrean here, right, Aizen?
If you're worried about it, why not flip that coin of his? Heads, no Empyrean. Tails, Empyrean Central.
But it always comes up tails.
Like I said before, these temples are nothing more than places of worship built by human hands. The current religion started when humans, fearful of natural forces, began to worship four gods they called the Empyreans. If you're concerned about whether or not one is sleeping in these ruins, just remember that their very existence is only legend.
Be that as it may, Enominat certainly exists.
Aye. But I've never heard a single story of anyone actually seeing an Empyrean. Enominat must be a special case then.
Must be.
I suppose so. If there were four more like him, and they were all trying to stop us, we'd be sunk.
I can't disagree.
It's like every single time that Aizen has a theory that he wants to let people know. Ever since Eleanor joined, her whole job is to be like, nah, you're wrong. Oh, she got a... Oh, that's cool. She got a... Oh, they do. Cool. They have third level cooking abilities now. I guess because they hit level 13? Rad. Let's work on you.
Food's ready.
I swear,
Don't get careless.
Lapisa's menu prompts still sound like his old dialogue. Is that a glitch, or do they always sound like that? Okay, more of these giant dumb wall enemies.
Well, that about does it.
Sucks to be them, just dragging along those giant walls everywhere they go.
Time to dish out the
Jet Blizzard! And welcome to the potty, Lapis. I don't know why you're here. That was like, Magalu took some damage.
You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, also, Laffy said, I mean, it's a nice thing, too, about swapping out your potty is that the ones that you switch out heal. I think they heal back to full. I could be wrong about that. Yep, I was right. This is exactly, I remember this dungeon. I remember. Yeah. Certain things you do will stop the water flow for certain doors, allowing you to get in there. But in turn, putting the water flow somewhere else, stopping you from getting there. Now I remembers. Is that actually a soldier? Some of you are still alive in here, even while the demons running around? Has this always been my team, or have I been switching people out? I think I want to switch Aizen and Lakiset in.
Did you see my complete and utter victory? Did you?
Maybe that once we figure out this whole thing. When a child's filled water waffle connected, we're using fire to boil away water will haul. No, 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 no. Just trying to skip the prompt. It worked. Spin kick. I remember one time that part of the dungeon got really confusing to me. So I was like, I'm just gonna double out. I'm just gonna warp out of it and then come back in. And doing that obviously resets everything. So I'm like, never mind. That didn't help at all. I thought these were opening up the main door here. They're opening up the two doors that we passed by on the way down here. Speaking of, I remember I totally left off on what I was saying about voice acting in Chris Tales. Let me restart. The whole reason I brought it up was because of something coming up in this dungeon later. In Chris Tales, there's a witness called Buki who was broken apart into a bunch of different little body parts that you need to put together. And I think it's only while she's broken apart, which to be fair is a majority of her presence on screen before she gets put together. Because she's broken apart, they translated that into the character having a stutter. And it is fucking annoying. Oh, I remember why I brought it up now. It's because of Trials of Mana. The way that Charlotte talks in English is the fucking worst. The baby talk. But it's annoying because it's just, the stutter doesn't stop. It's like in all of her dialogue boxes, she has like 2 or 3 stutters. And I'm just like, you could just do one and I get the point. But it like stacks up and it just sounds real bad. I really don't like it. It's really annoying. I think even, I was like, I just want to get her fixed so she can stop doing that. But I think when you get her fixed, she's still doing it. At least until the end of the game when she has her memories restored. And by that point, I've already been like, I just had to deal with this the entire time. I'm not happy about it. Now I remember another reason this place sucks. It's not just the doors, there's teleporters. Every time, huh? Teardrop shaped gemstone. Yeah, that's probably what we put in the main door. Or over here. Oh, what's this say? Chalice bears a symbol that commands the flowing water. Should the chalice be filled with water and its mark turn blue, the water shall be a wall. Red. Oh, that's it? Alright, thought it might have something more useful there. But yeah, it's because some of the waterfalls you activate will block certain doors off. But other doors that are still active, you'll be able to warp into those areas anyway. So, yay. Hate that kind of stuff. And with this, we should be able to open this main door here, I believe. Yep. I don't think we have to worry about those 2 doors I passed by. But let me check the map just in case. Yeah, that leads over there, but that door is blocked off. Huh. And that's a dead end. So yeah, the one on the right doesn't matter. The one on the left might... I'll leave the doors open until the game requires me to close them again, maybe. It could also be that the symbol's actually super simple and I overcomplicated it, like I do every time, so I'm not too mad about it.
Well, it wiped out the security for us, but...
Well, look at that. Wolfie's got the crest of Amenoch. The same pendant worn by priestesses.
Then that makes this demon.
Yeah, she must be the missing mother, Mahina.
Can't be.
Let's kill it.
Don't just stand there. It's gonna eat you.
I know that.
We gotta kill it. Kill it with fire. This thing really seems to dislike Eleanor. How do you know she's an exorcist? What part of her gave her away? Was it her stuck-upness? This kind of stuff is hardwired. Jeez, that did it.
To think a priestess, beloved by her village, would become a demon. Eleanor? She's never going to be the same again. This is the least I can do for her. So says reason. Huh? That feeling. Damn!
Let the demon be. We don't need it.
Cleansing Lance and another glaciite that I don't need.
I can handle
Keep
it. You know
forgetting
what you're getting into?
what the button is.
I have to fight.
I'm not waiting.
Alright, so before it was 2 doors, now it's, well, 3 doors counting the one moving forward. Now it's 5. Hey, look, there's a Moloch all by itself.
Demon. I guess she caught demon blight when she was looking for her daughter.
Yeah, that's what the girl at the inn said.
But even after turning into a demon, she's still searching for her daughter. Well, Rokurok, Korogane, and Dial all remember what they wanted when they were human, right? Demon or not, she's a mother. It's no surprise she would still be protective of her child.
It could be that, or it could be something else.
Well, I hope that's what it is.
I know that must be how she felt as a human, but demons don't have a sense of motherhood or any such thing. You saw how violent she was. She's not Mahina anymore. When she became a demon, she lost all capacity for empathy and love. It's heartbreaking, but it's the truth.
Velvet and Rokuro still have empathy.
One demon left unchecked could take 100 lives, and this one's even willing to attack exorcists. Demons can wipe out entire villages, even cities, just as they destroyed my village. Thus, my path is clear.
Eleanor is right. There's no turning back once you've changed. Perhaps it would be a mercy to grant her peace through death.
8-headed dragon. Yeah, I got thrown when I was looking at that image when they were reading the song. I was like, 7 heads. It clearly has 8. But then they came up and were like, no, but 1 head is Innominats. The other 7 are the Therians. I'm like, oh, okay, right. I misunderstood the poem too. Or less misunderstand, the more I ignored it. Like I ignore the important parts of it.
Be proud. You made me unleash my full power.
Gosh, I miss having CPUs capable of just unleashing their mystic arts whenever they want.
Don't waste my time.
Oh, that enemy counts as armored? Really? That's interesting. Oh, I thought it'd be like demi-human or something. Also, I like seeing a Lapiset's version of Blessed drops. I realized he's been using it for a while, but I didn't really bring it up till now. And he just throws the 3 like bubbles out, and they'll pop if something hits them. Stark departure from Jade's.
Unarmed, hard. Is Innominat really an Empyrean?
What makes you ask that all of a sudden?
Well, according to the song Grimm deciphered, Innominat is an 8-headed dragon, right? The Empyreans are supposed to be these holy beings, but using Therians to feed on malevolence sounds more sinister than divine to me.
You've got a point there. Empyreans are a type of Malachim, and that doesn't seem like any Malach we've seen. And even less so when we're talking an 8-headed dragon.
Is it so far-fetched?
What do you think will happen if the Therians come together in one place?
Well, it wouldn't be good. My guess is they'd merge together into a giant, horrific monster. The mighty beast will attack us with its 8 long, snake-like necks and 8 heads spitting hellfire!
I can see your worry.
Right? And that's 8 heads with only 6 of us to take them on. It'd be more than we could handle.
I'd have to conjure up a double or 2.
You can do that?
Of course not.
Then why mention it?
Oh!
What is it, Laphicet?
Do you think each head would act of its own free will? Because if they do, they'd be uncoordinated, bumping into each other and going this way and that, giving us an opening. If we fight as one united whole, I know we can win.
Yes! If we work hand in hand, victory is ours. Right, everyone? Huh?
Us? United? Have you looked at us recently?
Well, I mean, maybe.
And I say we fight pretty well together. Okay, I remember this now. I remember now. This is why. This door only opens...
It won't open.
Right,
Is there some
now I
sort of
remember.
trick
Fuck.
to it?
Well, you could always try busting through it, but I wouldn't. Who knows what sort of traps you might trigger?
I know. Look at that diamond-shaped stone in the door. Haven't we seen that somewhere else?
You're right. It was on the pedestal with that chalice.
That huge thing? You must have some sharp eyes there.
I was more interested in what was inside that chalice.
So, what? That chalice is the key?
Somehow I doubt it'll be that simple. Some stones are colored and some aren't. It must hold some kind of significance.
I think you're right.
So you need to set up the different waterfall stones and everything so that all of these are flipped on. And I remember having a really hard time because I couldn't tell what was on and what was off. I know that seems dumb, but that was really my issue with it, and I couldn't tell which ones were where. I don't even know what these are. So does this mean... So the blue ones mean water flowing. And the white ones mean... I legit don't know. I guess they mean water not flowing? I'll have to eat on it, and then we'll get back to it, and I'll think about it. Let's do one last fight. Because I got my food here. I'm sure it's more obvious than I think it is, but we'll see as the dungeon goes on. Still don't have your other one? He did that right as I was gonna do my consuming claw, so I think I spent the break soul, but I didn't get anything for it. Thanks for that, Eisen. Alright, so we're gonna save here. I'm gonna eat, and then we'll be back to finish this dungeon.